Give double honor to Apostle Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. In the mighty Shalom, now the Akim and Aqua, say rooting his faith and truth. Day and out, pushing the will of the Lord. This is the brother Iowa from the Gary Branch of Great Millstone. Lord willing, come back and give another edifying video. And today, it's not going to be a long video, but it's going to be a video over the dream I had last night. Because before I went to bed, I had prayed and asked the Lord to give me a dream. And then when I woke up this morning, pretty much how the dream went, I was in a vehicle, and it was like, the best way to describe it is like Spider-Man with his spider sense, and he feels like something's finna happen, right? So as we were driving, I just felt something off, so I got out of the car and I started to try to run in the opposite direction of where everybody else was going. And then next you know, it started earthquaking, like tremors underneath, to the point where it started flipping stuff over, and it's like I got tossed. But as I was getting tossed, in a way, it was kind of strange, but I had got changed. And it was like everybody else was harmed, but I didn't get harmed. And then my whole body had transformed, right? So, like I said, the dream wasn't really long. It was short, quick, but it was made me think of a certain few scriptures. So I was gonna put these scriptures out, Lord willing. Like I said, it's edifying just to give a better example. But like I said, the dream was crazy to me just due to the fact of how I felt the destruction coming. And then next you know, like the ground underneath me started moving, the cars were moving, and I was trying to get away. But it ended up still like catching me, but I was still safe in the end. So it says, we'll go to Proverbs 22:3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple one pass on and are punished. Right. So I understand when this scripture goes on, it's pretty much going into like pretty much we understand the prophecies and we see the things that are happening, will coming to pass. And through knowing these things, we're getting our house in order and we're trying to keep ourselves out of that way. Right. But in that script, in the dream, I had related it to I seen the destruction cometh. And what did I try to do? I hopped out the car and I tried to run. I tried to go the opposite way of it so that I wouldn't be partaking in those foreseen dangers. Right. Okay. And that's what it says in the NLT. It says a prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions. That's what we're doing, man. What is the precaution that we're taking? By getting our house in order to make ourselves right with the Lord so that we may possibly be saved from all of this destruction, right? Via the words of the Lord, right? A lot of these other people, they don't take the Lord's words to heart, to mind, right? It doesn't put fear in them to move. It doesn't put fear in them to get the act right. Right? No, what do? They still live their simple ways, simple minds, and continue to go on about their day like this world is going to last forever. The things around us is going to last forever. But we understand that having that type of mindset is going to get you caught up in that day. And it's going to be too late to try to ask for forgiveness and try to get back right with the Lord, right? Okay? Next scripture I only had like 3, but next scripture I had, Revelations 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? So that's what I also seen. I seen those tremors and our destruction as that great wrath that's to come, man. Right? But we also see, based off going into what's going on around the world, this is that he knowing that he has a short time, he has to start moving. Because a lot of prophecies are starting to pop off. A lot of things are starting to get real in motion, right? So knowing these things, he knows that he only has a certain amount of time in order to get his, how do I want to put this? His MOTB in full effect, right? All of these different things that the Lord said was going to happen is starting to happen. And he's understanding that the delusion that he had on these people isn't working as much as it used to. So at a certain point, he's just going to have to start showing those horns full-fledged and get that ball rolling the way that he wants it rolling. He's only going to he's only going to hide in the shadows for so long before he has to show his face, man, and show what he's really about. Right? It says because he knoweth that he have but a short time. The Lord says he's going to speed up the time for the elect's sake. So all these things that are passing, it's happening simultaneously. A lot of stuff around the world is already in full effect. We just haven't seen it in a town near us yet. All right? But these things are going to happen way quicker than what you believe, man. Like I said, the same thing that happened in that dream, man. I tried to hurry up and get out of the way of danger. But then, boom, those that earthquake and those tremors happen so suddenly, right? It literally happened so quick, like in a snap of a finger. Everything started rolling, man. Right? And then the last one I had was Isaiah 59 and verse 19. It says, Isaiah 59 and 19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, which we just went into, it says the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. All right, and we understand with the Lord, he's going to start changing the elect, man. A lot of people may not believe it, but some brothers are going to start getting spiritual powers, man. They're going to be changed. It's going to be in certain situations that only way out of it is going to be the Lord, man. All right? Now, you may see some brothers out of nowhere just get super strength, start flying, different things. It's like in the TV show Supercell. Pretty much a gene. It's crazy because sickle cell is only a gene that's so-called found in black people or Israelites, right? But it's called supercell. So it's just like it's the God gene, pretty much, right? So a lot of people are going to get lifted up in that day. And then at the end of that dream, I pretty much was lifted up. The standard was lifted up, man. And I was changed in the twinkling of an eye. And it just amazed me due to the fact of pretty much everything that happened, man. Right? So like I said, this video wasn't meant to be long. I just wanted to pretty much make a video on that dream. Like, brothers, a lot of stuff finna happen, but you got to have that faith. You have to trust in the Lord's guidance. All right? And in that day, when the Lord tells you to do something, you have to do it. You have to trust it. All right? Trust the training. Trust the teaching that you've been getting put through. Because it's going to become to full effect, and you're going to need it. It says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, right? So we have to build up on that now while it's still opportunities to do so. Because once again, man, everything's moving. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, staying diligent and being on your watch, you're seeing it. You're seeing things move at a way fast. Honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. Shalom, Akim, Kwame Yasharala, Abba Babal, Chemotherapy 20.